Hey guys, it's Matt here from Subpar Gaming. Today we're going to do another episode of Games with Gold. The Xbox is free games whereby you get 2 free games a month, one that comes out at the start of the month and another about halfway through. Today we're going to be looking at the game Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime. When I first saw the videos for this game and saw the screenshots for it, I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen. I thought it'd just be a really rubbish tower defense game, but it sort of changed my mind as I played it. I played it for about a good hour, which got me just past the intro levels, got me used to the controls, fighting enemies and whatnot. One of the first things I noticed about the game was that the menu selection is really simple, really straightforward. There's pretty much only 2 options, which is play game and options. And within the options, there's only again really 2 options. The controls for the game themselves are also equally as simple. Moving being done by the analog stick and also the D-pad. You then only have the 4 normal buttons A, B, X and Y that do any other controls. Further on in the settings is more settings, which is just the volumes for the game, the music volume and the sound effects, but also your controller vibration if you choose to turn it on or off. Once you start to load into the game, you get to choose your character. I myself went for the character Lover Pie. 1, because I love me some pie, and also because of the nerdy 3.14. After you've selected your main character, you also get to choose a pet which will come along and help you if you're playing 1 player. If you were playing 2 player, then I guess it would give you a choice of some other characters to choose from, but seeing as I was flying solo, I got a little pet to come and help me. Which of course I chose as Pythagoras the pig. 1, because of Pythagoras. If I'm having pie, might as well have Pythagoras. And also because I like me some little piggies. Once you've selected your characters, you then get thrown into the story mode, being told about what's happening. Basically that they found a way to harness the power of love, the greatest energy in the world, but then it somehow overloads and it goes flying across the universe, and then everyone starts getting sad and anti-love comes around, something like that. So your basic aim is to fly around in your spaceship and to go and collect all the missing pieces and to find some lost rabbits which get caged up, so we must find and help them. Once you've seen the intro for the game, you'll be given a quick basic tutorial of how things work, what needs to be done, which buttons need to be pressed. Seeing as though I was flying solo with my pet pig, I needed to know how to control him extra compared to if I was playing with another player. As you saw in the menu selection, the controls for the game are really simple. They're very easy to get used to. The only bit I struggled with a bit was when I was jumping in and out of the gun turrets as to where they were pointing, but I simply solved that later on just by remembering to point the cannon straight up afterwards. Not something that I could get Pythagoras the pig to carry on with, but he's a means to himself, that boy. But he's good fun, he's nice to have around. As you go through the startup stage and the early stages of the game, you'll pick up the basic needs for the ship. You'll pick up the map for it, the shield which spins around the outside, which is a big help. You'll also get what I'll only refer to as the big gun, which just swings around the outside of the ship, firing multiple blasts at once, but takes quite a while to power up. You'll also pick up the engine drive, which obviously you need to blast along the universe. Just be careful of where you leave that pointing and remember which way it shoots when you jump back into the driving seat. A bit later on into the game you start getting other certain power-ups, such as diamond gems and metal gems. These are the only 2 I picked up during my time with the game, but I'd imagine later on there would be different types to collect. These basically enhanced what happened with certain parts of the vehicle. I put the diamond into my engine bay, which then gave me 2 further boosts that I could use when I was propelling along, which helped obviously me get further along, faster. I also picked up a metal gem, which I put into my guns section, which I also put into my shield. Putting the metal gem into the shield turned it into a hardened steel shield, as one would imagine, rather than the sort of laser crossbeam it had. It also made it handy for when I was ramming into opponents, as it helped kill and destroy them. When I put it into the gun turrets, it turned the guns, rather than laser beams, it turned them into like a small flail, which would just whip around the screen. It was a bit harder to control, but it managed to take out enemies a bit quicker. The enemies in the game are slightly various. The ones I saw were different coloured flying beasts which shot laser beams at my face and tried to kill me. There was green ones which just came very laterally and just aimed straight towards it, whereas there were also some orange ones which weaved and dodged around to try and avoid my shots and flails. There was also death robots which stood on the various planets around the system trying to kill me. Sound wise for the game, I found it quite enjoyable. It was cute little mumbles from all the characters all the time. The background music wasn't too offensive, it was quite jolly and poppy. It was just a nice little indie game to get along and while away an evening. So there you have it, guys. That's my review of Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime. Again, I really enjoy this game. I'm going to keep hold of it for a bit. I'll try and put some more hours in it on another day. Perhaps get Poe around at some point to come over and play. I think it'd be a bit more fun with two people rather than just me and Mr. Pythagoras. He's a good laugh, but he does have his worries and troubles sometimes. So yeah, thanks for checking us out. See you another time, guys. Bye now.